Today we'll talk about VO2 max. VO2 max is a relatively new term for non-athletes, but I really want all of us to understand the meaning and importance of VO2 max. So let's first understand what VO2 max is. In very simple layman's term, how much oxygen we utilize in 1 minute is called VO2 max, our VO2 max capability. Okay, so it's widely used for athletes, but I strongly feel that any fitness freak, any common person, layman should also understand the meaning of it, that how much oxygen our body can utilize in 1 minute and how we can improvise it that within that 1 minute we can utilize more oxygen so that we can oxygenate our system, and when we have more oxygen in the system, our body functioning, system functioning, all body part functioning is improvised. So we can easily attain that. Before that we need to understand what VO2 max is. So how much oxygen we utilize in 1 minute as per our body weight. So it's oxygen in milliliter per body weight per minute. That is called VO2 max. So in simple terms, it's milliliter per minute per body weight. That is VO2 max. Now, how can we calculate it? I usually use a sports watch, but everybody doesn't have a proper sports watch that can tell you what your VO2 max is. Even this sports watch also has limitations that it will not calculate my VO2 max if I'm training indoors. So now how to work on that, because most of the workouts these days, especially in COVID situation and otherwise also, if you perform a structured training format, so you can't train outdoor all the time, you have to train indoor, you have to include weights, and you have to include a lot of anaerobic training, stairs training. So how do you calculate what your VO2 max is? So you need to first understand what your MHR is and then what your RHR is. So what is MHR? So your MHR is your maximum heart rate and your RHR is your resting heart rate. So your maximum heart rate, that when you are training and how much your heart rate has gone up, how much you can elevate it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that is your maximum heart rate. Your resting heart rate is when you are sitting idle doing nothing. So your heart also resting? So how was the calculation of that? How much is your resting heart rate? Yeah, of course, for that you need to have a some tracker where you can understand that, okay, I did this kind of workout and my heart rate elevated to that level, and when I'm sitting, so this is my resting heart rate. Or resting heart rate you can check simply by checking on your pulse here. So when you are sitting and relaxing for more than 10 or 15 minutes, then you can easily check your what resting your HR is. For small knowledge, your resting HR keeps on reducing as your fitness goes up, right? So because if you are resting, then your heart is also resting. Ideally it's between 70 to 80 in people who are not training regularly, but as your fitness level improves, your resting HR may go low till 40 or 45 or 50 or 60 as per your fitness level. So your lower resting HR is an indication of a higher fitness level, and at the same time your VO2 max will also improve. I'll tell you how. So your maximum HR, your resting HR, and 15.3, these three are included in the calculation of VO2 max. Okay, so how you will do that is 15.3 multiplied by maximum HR divided by resting HR. So this becomes your VO2 max. So this is your VO2 max that you can sustain attaining at least 2 times or 3 times in a week. So what will it do is, it will improve your oxygen utilizing capacity. So once your oxygen utilizing capacity is improved, of course, it's a network that, in a minute, if you are utilizing 30 ml of oxygen, or then now if you are utilizing 50 ml of oxygen, right? So as per your VO2 max, or the capacity has increased, that means within that 1 minute now you are able to utilize more oxygen. So your functioning, body functioning, heart functioning, cardiac functioning is improvising. So I strongly recommend that it's not only for the athletes, everybody as per their fitness level should always focus on the VO2 max. Understand this concept first. Okay, so now VO2 max in men and women. In men, idle men, idle, if I say, training very easy, low impact workout. So in men, the VO2 max will be somewhere between 35 to 40 or 45. So if you train intense or you increase your intensity, then your VO2 max will also improvise. In females, VO2 max, basic VO2 max level is low, that is 25 to 35. I'll tell you the reason of that also. So if you are a female, you are not training on a regular basis, intense training, then your VO2 max will lie between 25 to 30 or 35. So you need to improvise on that. Now, why your VO2 max is low in females? Because females has got we've got more essential fat as compared to men. Women have got more essential fat, and now what happens is when the oxygen is inhaled in our system, so it goes to all fat and tissues, everywhere it's distributed, right? So if it's distributed to fat, it won't be able to fat won't be able to consume it, process it. But if it's distributed to muscles, then it will be processed. So that's why, if we are inhaling enough oxygen, but that is getting distributed to the essential fats also, then that's why our VO2 max is not that much as compared to men, because we've got more of essential fat. Secondly, hemoglobin, where RBC, they are responsible for carrying that oxygen to the tissues and muscles. So usually females have got a lower hemoglobin. So that is one reason why women have less of VO2 max as compared to men, because they have more of essential fat and their hemoglobin level is low. So they can also improvise on that, as focusing, if they can focus well and in a structured manner on their workouts, on their food habits, then they can bring their VO2 max up till 60, 70 or 80. Right? A lot of female athletes have done that. Okay, so this was the basic concept of the VO2 max. Now this is the calculation, how we can calculate it. So if your maximum heart rate is 160, your resting heart rate is 49, then your VO2 max will be 15.3 multiplied by 160 by 49. So whatever answer comes here, it will be around 50 or something. That will be your VO2 max. So you can keep on calculating, keep on judging, understanding how well you are into the structured training format. Are you doing similar kind of workouts where you are not actually focusing on how your body can utilize oxygen, how well and how more your body can utilize oxygen? Are you doing the same pattern of workout? Are you running every day? Are you only walking every day? Or are you doing the same pattern of workout where you are not challenging your heart rate? So challenging your maximum heart rate is really important in order to understand what your VO2 max is. So how to improve your VO2 max? One thing, at least 2 to 3 days in a week. If you are training 5 days or 6 days in a week, 2 to 3 days in a week, focus on including at least 10 to 15 minutes of intense training. So what is intense training? So it's as per your fitness level. So if you are a regular easy walker, brisk walking can be your intense training. If you are a regular runner, sprinting or stairs running, this can be your intense training. Indoor workouts, you can include jumping jacks or burpees and mount climbers, or these kind of bear walks, these kind of workouts where you work out and your heart rate is elevated. You don't need any equipment for that. You can challenge your heart rate with the weight training also. So if you are a regular strength training expert or strength training fitness freak, so you can at least 2 or 3 days in a week you can challenge your heart rate a little up by including like your kettlebell swings or these kind of workouts where your HR is boosted up, where if your HR maximum heart rate is more, then your VO2 max will also automatically shoot up. And if you are following this kind of pattern, your resting HR will automatically reduce. So if you'll notice that if your current resting HR is 70 or 80, if you check your pulse, usually in a minute your heart rate is between 72 to 80. So gradually, once your fitness will improve and when you are sitting idle, your resting HR will reduce. So once your maximum HR goes up and once your resting HR goes down, then your VO2 max will always improve. Always keep that in mind, that your maximum HR and your resting HR, they should go up and down. That will bring up your VO2 max. So that doesn't mean that all the days in a week, if you are training 5 days or 6 days, every day you are only focused on your high intensity workout. No, this is a very wrong pattern. If you are doing a high intensity workout, it should be only for 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times in a week. Other days, you need to focus on your aerobic strength. That is equally important, your aerobic training, where you are training at a normal pace for a longer duration. So there also you are strengthening your heart so that your heart can be strengthened up to utilize that oxygen. So if you are improvising on your aerobic strength, then again you are adding on to improvise on your VO2 max. So always make sure that at least 2 to 3 of your patterns are to improvise on your aerobic strength. At least, if not 2 to 3, then at least once in a week, focus on a proper aerobic training, aerobic strength training, that is called endurance training, where you are training for 1 hour to 2 hour or 3 hour at a very easy pace. So it can be easy walking, cycling or running at a very easy pace where you are able to talk to the other person, do a combination of it, whatever you want. So you can do walking, running, cycling, or you can do only walking, only running or cycling. So that is equally important, so that you can strengthen up your aerobic strength and in turn you can boost up your VO2 max. How to calculate your VO2 max? So VO2 max calculation, usually the sports watches gives you an approximate figure, but only when you train outdoors, when you run outdoors, or when you cycle outdoors. So for the indoor training, it's a very simple calculation. You get to know what your maximum HR is, that is MHR. So if you are training a high intensity HIIT or any form of workout that is indoors, try to understand what your maximum HR is and then what your resting HR is. That is, resting HR is when you are resting for 15-20 minutes, doing nothing, sitting idle, and then you can check what your HR is, that is called resting HR. So for calculation of VO2 max, you need 2 formats of heart rate, that is maximum HR and resting HR. Once you find it out, you divide your maximum HR with resting HR and multiply it by 15.3. There you get your VO2 max. And to remember, your maximum HR
should not exceed 220 minus your age. This is another calculation, that in quest of getting higher VO2 max, you should not cross the limit of what your maximum HR should be. So you must understand that when you are training, your HR should be limited within your MHR, maximum HR zone, that is 220 digit minus your age. So if your age is 30, 220 minus 30, that is your maximum HR should not cross 180 to 190. If it's crossing beyond that, then you are not training in the safe zone, in the right direction. And it's ideally it should be 80% or 90% of your MHR, that is 220 minus your age. And so if you've trained a high intensity workout indoors, make sure that your MHR remains within 80 to 90% of 220 minus your age, and then divide it by your resting HR and multiply it by 15.3. That becomes your VO2 max. VO2 max is that already I talked about, that it's our oxygen utilizing capacity. It's a little higher on the males. With males it's a little higher, the reading, and with females the reading is a little lower. Why? There are some reasons behind that, because females have got a little higher essential fats as compared to men, right? And females have ideally, females are low on the hemoglobins, so the oxygen carrying capacity of female is lesser than male. And since because of the essential fat, the entire oxygen that we inhale, that is going to all the tissues and fat, so those essential fats are not utilizing the oxygen, only the muscles are utilizing. So that's why the oxygen utilizing capacity in females are lesser than males. That is the only reason. In females is between 20 to 30 if that's an ideal female. If the female is an athlete, that the VO2 max can move up till 80 also. In males, men, the VO2 max, ideal men, the VO2 max is 45 till 45, and if they can raise their fitness level, that can go up. So that is the reason that men have a little higher, naturally a little higher VO2 max than women. But yeah, women can also increase their VO2 max as per their fitness level. So that's it. So what is VO2 max? VO2 max. Okay, so we all inhale oxygen, that we inhale, and it's been supplied to all our body parts, all the muscles, all the organs, all the systems. So that oxygen is being supplied and consumed by all the entire system of our body. So how much oxygen we can utilize, consume and utilize in 1 minute, that is termed as VO2 max. That is VO2 max in milliliter per minute per body weight. So if your body weight is high or low, so your VO2 max varies as per your body weight. So it's your oxygen utilizing capacity in a minute, that is called VO2 max.